Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Just come on in and share. Let's get this over with right. Get that out the way right now. Let's get that out the way right now. I'm about to share myself because I was told I don't share enough. So let me go ahead and share this thing myself. Y'all come on in and share. Hopefully y'all doing good this morning. Hopefully y'all having a good time, and we can have this tough conversation. So let me go ahead and share this thing real quick to a couple people, a couple people. Let's go and get this thing out of the way. Don't come in here looking crazy. Come on in here and share. Let's go and get this thing out the way. Y'all know what time it is. It's tough love time. Y'all know what it is. Come on in here and share. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this one. I got to do this one. This one is hot. Sizzling bacon juice. This is boiled pig feet. I got to do this one. Okay, now that I got that out the way, listen. Okay, so y'all know it's very easy to talk about topics when it doesn't pertain to you directly. It doesn't knock on your front door. It's very easy to have a conversation when the conversation is not difficult, when the conversation is not hard. But what if we made the conversation a bit more personal? We made it a bit more complicated. We made it a bit more tough. Today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is, if your significant other was sentenced to 12 years in prison, would you wait for them? Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. Let me say this one more time. I say, if your significant other was sentenced to 12 years in prison, would you wait for them? Now, I know a lot of people, because it feels good to give out a quick answer, so a lot of people would say yes. But we're going to break down that, and we're going to see if y'all really about that life. We're going to see if y'all really about that life. Now, let me paint the picture for you all. You meet somebody wherever you meet them out in public or whatever case may be. You guys get to know each other. You start feeling each other. He starts feeling you. You start feeling her, vice versa. And you guys decide that you want to take it to the next level. That you want to take it to the next level. You get married, you have a few kids, and everything is going hunky-dory. Everything is going peaches and cream. And one thing leads to another, and your man or your woman gets picked up by the police. And they get sentenced to 12 years in prison. Now, I know a lot of y'all are like, well, what did it get picked up for? And et cetera, et cetera. I just want y'all to stick with the narrative right now. The narrative is, you met someone, you guys have hit it off, and now they've been sentenced to 12 years in prison. Would you wait for them, or would you tell them, I'm sorry, but I got to go? I'll give you some money on your books, but I got to go. How many people say living your best life is not waiting? Or how many people would support the person in jail? We got to explore this shit. Come on in. Come on. We got to talk about this. So let's break this thing down. You got someone that you love, that you've married now, that's your significant other, that you cherish, and they're now in jail or in prison for 12 years. Now let's add something more to it. Does it matter if they're in prison for 12 years and they're guilty or not? Would that matter? Would that matter? I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it would matter what they're in jail. First of all, if they're guilty or not, and then what you're in jail for. Like, if you're in jail for doing some like child molesting type shit or whatever case may be, then I ain't waiting for you. I ain't waiting for you. If you was drinking and driving and you killed some babies or something or whatever case may be, I don't know if I would wait for you. Me personally, I don't know if I would wait for you. I think it depends on what you're in jail for, if people would wait for you or not or whatever case may be. But what would make you wait for a person for 12 years? Let's say you only been married for a year and this happens and this person goes to jail. What would make you wait for a person for 12 years? That's an interesting conversation. And then the thing about it is, the person that's actually going to jail, the person that's actually in prison, would you tell your significant other, wait for me, I'll be back? What is that? I'll be back. Would you tell that person to wait for you to 12 years? Would you say, listen, I don't want you to be locked up with me. I want you to go and live your best life. How many people would say, okay, I got 12 years to do, and I want you to still have those same experiences if I was out of jail? How many people would say, go live your best life? Don't worry about me. I got this. You worry about the outside. I'm going to worry about the inside. How many people would be unselfish like that? Or how many people would say, keep your legs closed, keep your penis in? I think that's a real conversation. And I think a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, everybody wants to be with someone until your love is tested. Everybody wants to be in a situation that doesn't challenge their love. And I think that this is the situation that we have with mass incarceration. I think this is a situation that we have with mistaken identity. I think this is a situation that we have when you dealing with a public defender and you don't have the legal premises to defend yourself. So now you're getting years. So imagine you dealing with someone who now gets years put on them and they're innocent. But for some reason, they don't have enough money to fight the case. So this is something that knocks on the front door of a lot of Americans, whether you black, white, Hispanic, or otherwise. This is a realistic situation. How many people would wait for someone doing time in prison? Better yet, how many people have waited? And does it matter if the person is guilty or not? Some people know that, hey, the reason why my boyfriend or girlfriend went to jail is because they were actually guilty of the crime. So would you wait for them? Would you say, you know what? I'm not going to sleep with anyone. I'm not going to entertain anyone. I'm not going to have anyone around your kids, in your household, laying in your bed. How many people would say, well, I am not going to do time with you? We talk about the aspect of people being riders. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talking about that. That's my ride or die. That's my ace boom coon. That's my boo thing. Huh? That's my hubby. So I just want somebody to talk to me real quick. We're getting some information coming in right now. Miss Hall says, gotta take that L. If you go into prison, I would hope my significant other would still be emotionally support in prison. But yes, go live your life. Okay? Miss Bland says, I have done it before. I mean, that's a difficult choice to make. And it's first of all, does that mean you're an unselfish person? If you know you're going to jail for that long of time, does that mean you're unselfish to tell your significant other, look, I'm going to be gone for a little while and I know you got needs, so go fulfill your needs? Would you take it a step further and say, I'm going to be gone for 12 years. We need to get a divorce. What would you do? I'm curious about what would you do if your significant other is going to be gone. Now, I said, does it matter if the person is guilty or innocent? While the person is incarcerated, they got a 12-year bid, a 12-year sentence. Now, here's the thing. If they're innocent, there are several things that you can do in the process to help them out of jail, to get their case seen and hopefully overturned, to get out of jail quicker. How many people would spend the next 12 years trying to get their significant other out of jail? Or would you say, hey, do what you can from the inside? I think these type of situations, that it not only tests the relationship, but it tests the individuals involved in the relationship to let you know who you actually riding with, who's actually riding for you. Because here's the thing, a lot of times situations or relationships get tested differently. But how many people actually get tested with the test of time? How many relationships get tested with the test of time? Being a 20-year veteran, I can tell you right now, it is a lot of shit that I've seen in the military that would make your head turn. You have guys that go to Iraq, women that go to Iraq, Afghanistan, or spouses that go overseas, and the minute that they leave, okay, and I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say 7 days. I'm going to say that again for y'all because y'all ain't hear me. I said 7 days. I'm going to give you 7 days before your significant other is in the club ready to mix and mingle. If you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been affiliated with the military, you know what if you stay in a military town, you know what I'm talking about. You be in a club, you be like, where all these new people come from? And then you find out the whole brigade done left, and now all of these new people, they in the club after 7 days. Huh? So of course, you know within a year and a half, 6 months, 8 months, these people are coming home, and these people now have to put on this whole facade of, you know, I wasn't doing nothing or whatever case may be. But suppose you gone for 12 years. That's the case. That is the goddamn subject. You're leaving for 12 years. What do you expect your significant other to do? Ms. Bland says, I married a man in prison, but he lied the entire time about the time he received. That is a conversation, Ms. Bland. That is a conversation. You married a man in prison, and he lied about the time he received. What do you do? And then what crime is not taboo enough to say, I'm not going to marry you, or I'm willing to overlook that? Is it a petty crime? Is it murder? Like, what crime do you say when you have that conversation with someone and you say, what you in jail for? Or what you in prison for? And they texting you back or they calling you back and say, well, you know, I robbed the bank, or, you know, I jaywalked too much, goddammit. I had to get across that street. All right? I stole ice cream from the liquor store. So what crime is okay to say I'm going to be with you, first of all? So that's an interesting conversation, Ms. Bland. We definitely got to have that. We definitely, and if you throw it in the comments, that'd be great. What was the conversation like to say, okay, I understand you in prison, I understand you got some time, but what is the crime that this person committed to say I'm a look past that because I see the potential in you. I realize that you may be a good person or whatever the case may be. And then, is it easier for women to date men in prison than for men to date women in prison? And then how much time is too much time? How long are we willing to wait? That's a hell of a conversation. Some people are not willing to wait 30 days. So how many people say, I can't handle a long distance relationship? I knew some people like that. Hey, I don't want to be in a long distance relationship because I know better. Ms. Bland said, I will never I will never do that again. That is a hell of a commitment, to commit to someone behind bars for a crime that they've committed, or for whatever reason still behind bars, whether they're innocent or guilty, and say, I am willing to wait for you. Ms. Bland said, I was willing to marry him, or I married him. That's a hell of a commitment. But let me ask you a question. How many people are into long distance relationships? How many people, it don't matter the distance, I love you and I'm feeling you, I'm rocking with you? Huh? I live in Georgia and you stay in Washington State. I live in Hawaii and you stay in Mississippi. Huh? I live in Virginia and you stay in Chicago. How many people are willing to have a long distance relationship, let alone continue the conversation? So we're talking about going to jail, and we know that jail, of course, promotes a distance, right? Promotes a distance. So how many people would be in a distance relationship? And this don't have really nothing to do with jail, but it's I'm kind of trying to put y'all in a certain mind frame, because of course, being in jail, there's restrictions on you guys seeing each other, on you guys being in the same location, on you guys having sexual activities, on you guys spending time, Netflix and chilling. So how many people would want to be in a long distance relationship? Have you ever tried it? I've actually tried a long distance relationship, y'all. I tried it. And it was cool at first. But what happens is, when you have a bad day, or you're in a situation where you need a hug, or you need somebody around you just to have that confidant, or whatever case be, if that person is not saying and doing what they need to do over the phone, because it's very difficult, right? It's very difficult. But if that person is not there, how many people say, I need someone there that I can physically touch, I can physically talk to, so I can see their expressions, I can hear the dialect and the tone in their voice, I can feel that warmth, I can feel the warmth. I can, how many people want someone to be there versus being miles and miles and miles away? Ms. Hall says, yeah, I've tried the long distance. It's not too bad, depending on your love language and how you two communicate. Great point. Great point. Suppose you need someone that's a good communicator, but you're dealing with someone that's not good at communicating in regards to being over the phone or having a video chat. Suppose they need to be in front of you, So my thing about it is, if you're willing to wait for someone for 12 years, kudos to you. But make sure while you're waiting, you're doing something that's productive. And you're not putting your life on hold. I think that's the situation that a lot of people come into when you're dealing with someone and you say you're waiting for someone. Like when you're in the military, you have those spouses that leave, and then while they're gone, the spouses don't get into anything. So we definitely used to encourage the spouses, hey, get a hobby. Go get a positive hobby. Go make some new friends. Go do some things. Get out the house or whatever case may be. Because that's when depression sets in. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. That's when Jody sets in. Now, what is Jody? Who is Jody? Jody can be a male or female. Jody can be the person that you used to run to and tell Jody how your man was putting it down. How he was stroking your back out. How he was mashing your potato. How he was baking your biscuits. Y'all know Jody. And then for the fellas, it's like, oh my God, boy, that mouth. What that mouth do? Jody is that person that you used to run to and tell all your problems and all the good things and bad things with your relationship. Now, Jody is home with your wife, around your husband while you're gone, whether it's on vacation, whether it's on a business trip, whether it's in the military and you're overseas. Jody is the person that's been sitting and listening to how your wife likes sex, how your man likes sex. And while you're out the picture, Jody makes their move. They always trying to come over your house. They always calling. They always texting. They always checking up on your girl or your man to make sure that they okay. And what happens is you being overseas or out of town, distance, or whatever case may be, for some reason, you ain't picking up the phone fast enough and that person is feeling ignored. They're not getting the validation and attention that they deserve, and they decide to take Jody up on their offer for drinks. They decide to let Jody over their house to watch Netflix and chill. Now, what turned into this innocent conversation has now turned into this one night stand of... How many people know what I'm talking about? How many people got those people that they always run and tell their business to their girlfriend or to their boyfriend? I'm just curious. For those people that understand what I'm talking about, you have to be careful about the information you give a person about your relationship. If your man putting it down, if your man hung like an elephant, you might not want to tell all your girlfriends. Because the minute that you step out the picture, and I'm not talking about permanently out the picture, temporarily out the picture. Oh, they own it. They own it. The minute that you and your girl, you've been telling, oh my God, boy, whoa, she throw it back. I'll be pulling her hand. She don't care. And the minute that you guys get into a situation, now that guy's all in her DM. Now he's just, I'm just checking on you, sweetheart. Sugar plum, sugar foot, bubble butt. I'm just checking on you. How many people got those Jodies around they house? that come to their house and visit, that always calling, that always trying to be around your girl or around your man. That can create some issues, especially if you saying, I'm going to be in prison for 12 years. How many Jodies are going to come around? We heard those stories. Come on now. We done seen them things where the best friend is now with the girlfriend, or the best friend is now with the boyfriend, because now you're out the picture. And they know everything. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You can provide a blueprint how to steal your man. Y'all didn't hear me because y'all ain't sharing, so I'm about to turn this shit off because y'all don't listen. Y'all hard-headed. I said share this, goddammit. I'm about to tell you some real shit. You can provide a blueprint to someone else on how to steal your man or your woman. You know the person that you call all the time? You know, of course, it's not your sister or your brother. And some of them, it is your sister and your brother. But sometimes you can complain so much, whether on social media or to someone else face to face, on what your man is complaining about. Well, my man always want me to do this sexual shit. My man want me to cook for him. My man want a threesome. So what happens is when you step out the picture temporarily, that person, we calling them Jody, that person now is talking to your man and they're saying, well, tell me what the problem is. I don't see nothing wrong with no threesomes. I don't see nothing wrong with cooking for you every day. I don't see nothing wrong with sucking your penis in the shower. They agreeing because you've given them the blueprint on how to steal your man. Somebody said, I don't have a Jody. You got a Jody, goddammit. You got a Jody. Get your ass up. Miss Bland, you got a Jody. Whether you know it or not, it's the thing. Somebody's watching your social media page to find out, one, if you're in a relationship, and then they are seeing how strong your relationship is. How many people plaster everything that goes on in their relationship on social media? How many people plaster what they do with their significant other all the time? Every emotion, every argument, every trip, they put their whole entire life about their relationship on social media. You are giving people blueprints to inside your life. How many people believe that? Miss Hall says, I don't want other people to know my significant other. Nope, nope, nope. He's my best friend at that point. It's him and I at that point. Ain't no running around telling my girlfriends about what we got. Okay, I got you. But it's some people that do that. They think that's polite conversation. They think that's significant conversation. You got a lot of hot girls out there that like to talk about how they getting it in. Where the Meg Thee Stallions at? Where them Cardi B's at? The Wops? Huh? Where they at? They got a lot of people out there that talk about, hey, he's hung. Huh? They got a lot of dudes out there that like to gossip and run their mouth about what they girl do and how they girl give it up. So it's someone sitting around saying, okay, let me take my notes. Come on now, whether this is college, whether this is an urban community, whether this is a club environment, whether this is a home, like a home party, house party, whatever, somebody sitting around taking notes on you and your girl or you and your man and what in reference to the do's and don'ts, what they like and what they don't like. Miss Bland says, I don't have a relationship, and that's the truth. But it's interesting because when you talk about right now, if your significant other was sentenced to 12 years in prison, would you wait for them? You got to think about how much pressure that puts on a person, not only inside the prison, but outside the prison. And are you going to be selfish and say, yes, I want you to wait for me because till death do us part. We took them vows. We took them vows till death do us part. Ms. Douglas said it depends on what he did. I think that's realistic. I think that's realistic. Like if you was like tax evasion or something, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, cool. You know, but if I found out that you was doing some R. Kelly shit, now we got to go our separate ways. Huh? I think you better leave. Huh? We got to go our separate ways. Now, and I was saying that earlier, I think that it depends on what time is for, if you should stay or not. Some people say it don't matter what the crime is, I'm ride or die. I'm going to wait these 12. But see, here's my thing. What is worse than being in an abusive relationship? Huh? A stagnant relationship. A stale relationship. A relationship that's not building on shit. That's not spontaneous, not sexy, not committed, not loyal, not trustworthy, not exciting. A relationship filled with bullshit. So you want me to wait 12 years for that? You want me to wait 12 years so we can get back to the bullshit? Now, some people got to weigh this out. We got to weigh this shit. This is a real conversation. Some people got to weigh this shit out. If your relationship wasn't fucking fire before the person went to jail, if the sex wasn't good before the person went to jail, huh? We about to have some entanglements going on, goddammit. Listen to me. If the sex wasn't good before the person went to jail, if they wasn't communicating with you, if they didn't have ambition, if they wasn't motivated and spontaneous, they wasn't doing anything with their life really, would you wait for them for another 12 years to get back to that bullshit? Huh? Miss Parnell says, oh, hell. All the way to the no. I'm telling y'all, you got to examine this shit, man. I mean, it sounds good. I think it sounds good to hear that somebody say, yes, I would wait for you. But you got to think about what they up against, bro. They up against fellas. They up against all your homeboys. And you know you got at least 2 or 3 homeboys that's full of shit. You know you got 2 or 3 homeboys you keep around because they crack jokes, because goddamn it, they got, if you want to pick up another man for basketball, they always ready. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that you just hang with to go to clubs, associates or whatever. You got to think about all of these guys that's been studying your girl, been studying your interaction with your woman, and they know her now. They know her now. Those jokes are pretty damn serious at this point. And then you got some people, see, ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Y'all think that men don't know what you're attracted to. And then vice versa. Like if you're always asking about, oh, what about your homeboy? What about your homegirl? You're giving that sign right there. You're giving that sign that you're interested in that person. So imagine if you remove yourself for 12 years, what would happen? For anybody to tell me that they would wait 12 years, and it would be like this whole I wouldn't do nothing, and that, I think people are human, and I think shit happens, and it takes a very strong person to say, I won't do X, Y, and Z. It takes a strong person. Here's the thing. Those people are rarities. Those people are far in between and few to find. So if you do find someone, she said entanglement free. If you do find someone that's willing to wait for you for those 12 years, whether you're guilty or you're innocent, bro, that's somebody to hold on to. That's somebody to respect. But I'm telling you right now, with the way society is shaped right now, people live fast and their relationships go faster. And it's very few people that's going to wait. People won't wait a goddamn week, let alone 30 days. But if you start talking about years, you talking about years? We're talking about years? Nah, I think you're biting off more than you can chew. You know, but we can remain optimistic. That sounds great. It feels good to say, yes, I will wait for you. It sounds good. It feels good. It makes us say yes. You know, that's the same question as if you're with someone and they get sick, like their health, you know, starts diminishing or whatever case may be. Will you stay with me or will you leave? Will you wait 12 years for me to get better? Same question. I think people want to feel connected. I think people want to feel reminded that they're loved, that they're validated, that they're getting attention, that they're with a go-getter, that they're with someone that's ambitious, that's loving and caring and honest and trustworthy. So my thing about it is, if there's anything that takes away from the energy that they're supposed to receive on a daily basis, people are going to do things to find that level of validation, that level of appreciation, that level of confirmation. So when you have the distance put in between you, that's a barrier. And whether that distance is another state or prison for 12 years, I think that definitely weighs strain on weak-minded people. So you got to think about the person that you with. Is this a hot-headed person? Is this a person that thinks through the process and worry about the details? Or is this a person that, lives in the moment and they just flop and say whatever they say and feel how they feel, and they never really get down to, okay, well, what does this really mean? I think at this particular point that we all understand that if we are committed to someone in a relationship, then we need to do the things that say we are committed. And if we are committed, especially if it's our significant other, we decided, yes, we're married, we're going to stick this thing out, we're going to see this thing through, or whatever the case may be. I say kudos to you, salute to you, and do what the hell you got to do. But I also say, look at your marriage and see if it's worth it. If it's worth it. If that person was ignoring you for however many years prior to them going to jail, if that person was disrespectful or abusive, or that person didn't appreciate what they had, and now they're going to jail and they expect you to be stagnant, they expect you to not live your best life, they expect you to sit with and play with yourself for 12 years, play with yourself for 12 years? Who playing with themselves for 12 years? I can't. Who doing it? Which one of y'all doing it? Huh? You expect me to do that? But the fact of the matter is, find someone that's committed to you. Find someone that is committed for y'all. And then I say, yes, wait for them. Be excited, do something, get a hobby or whatever case may be, and get them out of jail. Get them out of jail, goddammit. But when I proposed this question on my timeline, I got a lot of feedback, and there was a lot of people saying, hell no, I'm about to live my best life. And then there was some people that saying, you know what? Nah, I'm going to be getting a divorce because I ain't waiting for nobody 12 years. You got locked up. That's your issue. So you got to find out what type of person you dealing with. Are you dealing with hey, if you get in trouble, you on your own, buddy. You on your own, ma'am. Or are you with a rider? Are you with someone, that says, hey, whatever you go through, we go through. Whatever time you got is the time I got. Again, you got to have the tough conversation. And again, this is Tough Love. This is Mario J. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all follow me, subscribe. Hey, this shit can only get better from here. We having a tough conversation that a lot of people are scared to have. But again, at the end of the day, we're telling everybody it is time to adult up. Peace. Share.